Now, today we are brought together La IAC by the KwaZulu-Natal United Music Association, also known as Kumisa, which was founded to focus on developing local music industry supply chain. We are recording today's session. It will be broadcast on Kakasi FM's Current Affairs show Indaba, which is done by Alex Mtian.
It's interesting to say, we must formalize, as musicians and get those contracts in place. But what will we do if no one around us does that?
How do we penetrate this monopoly of universities that are not teaching our children the business of cultural and creative industries, particularly music? People, when they get into studios, we know there is liquor, there is dacha, there is drugs, there is everything. A poor child will never have a time to even say, where is the split sheet? If that culture does not change, where are we going?
Don't leave the studio without signing a songwriter shares agreement or agreeing something in writing so that you know, because if those in that environment 30 minutes or an hour after doing it can't remember who did what, then can you imagine, like, in 6 months when the song becomes a hit and gets played on radio, to backtrack and try and figure it out?
All the CMOs, I think, are keenly aware that there could be a blockchain revolution where a Google or Facebook or Meta suddenly develops some way of connecting data, and there's no need for registration anymore. And radio stations are no longer terrestrial magnetic wave radio stations. It's all digital. It can all be tracked, as we've said. And then what happens?
Kumisa, kuningi kusafuna ngikwenze. Otherwise, zonke lezinto that you are talking about here, even the next 30 years, we'll still be sitting here and talking about them. We need to educate, teach, and inform the powers, the authority, basically our government.
I really want to assure you that the department, especially from the creatives business unit, creative economy business unit, we are supporting this and we'll continue supporting Kumisa.
Caring about what you're doing, like you need to care about what you're doing. We're just doing this. If next week I get that job elsewhere, then it's over for this music thing. And I think that's why a lot of the challenges exist, because a lot of people are just doing this music thing because, I ain't got a job right now and I kind of can sing.
Whenever you're going to do an event, you have to, if your event is in December, you start in July doing applications, because you need to comply with Disaster Management Act, you need to comply with SAPS, you need to comply with Department of Health, you need to comply with traffic, all of that.
This is merely an introduction of the dialogue that is going to be an ongoing dialogue until our industry becomes one, until our industry becomes regulated, formalized, and is able to actually contribute towards the growth in the economy of South Africa.